Hey folks, it's Brad LeDrew here at Western GM in Drumheller, Alberta, Canada. And today we're looking at our very first 2020 GMC Yukon, the all-new redesigned Yukon. And it happens to be the Yukon XL. I don't know why GM got rid of the XL at the end of the Yukon. The telltale sign is it's a little bit longer than the regular Yukon. If you're not familiar with the Yukons, they are available in 4 trims. SLE, SLT, that's what we'll be looking at today. The AT4, so the off-road lifted different front end model, and then of course the top dog, the Denali. What's awesome about these vehicles, if you get the regular Yukon, you've got up to 8,200 pounds towing. With the Yukon XL, you're at 8,000 pounds of towing, and you have best-in-class engine choices, fuel economy, and horsepower. So why don't we, first off, let's pop the hood. Just going to put your hand right there and push to the right, and up she comes. So you've got a 5.3 liter Ecotec 3 direct injected engine with variable valve timing. Of course, it's a V8 with dynamic fuel management. It's got 355 horsepower and 383 foot-pounds of torque. Then you've got the best in-class horsepower, which is the 6.2 liter Ecotec 3 direct injected variable valve timing V8 with, of course, dynamic fuel management, 420 horse, 460 foot-pounds of torque. Right here on your air filter box, it'll tell you what engine you have when you pop the hood on these rigs. And the third engine choice is the best fuel economy in class, which is the baby Duramax, the 3.0 liter Duramax inline 6 turbo. That's 277 horsepower. And here's the big one, 460 foot-pounds of torque at only 1,250 RPMs. And that bad boy is rated at, I think, is 32 US miles per gallon, which is crazy fuel economy. You can see we've got the struts to keep the hood up, no prop. We've got the sound dampening material up here. You see your batteries over here. See your engine oil dipsticks there. You can see we use the Dexos 0W20 full synthetic oil in the vehicle as well. Your washer fluid is right over there. Let's close her up. Let's back up and get my hands, I hope the camera's not shaking, guys. My hands are cold. So that white stuff is snow. It's mid-October here in Canada. And last year this time we had 3 feet of snow already fell, with maybe about only 6 inches left on the ground. And we're forecast for 25 centimeters tonight, which is a foot of snow. So this could be my, I don't know, I might not take another video for a month or so. So we'll see. But beautiful front end. When you go into the AT4 or the Denali, so the SLE and the SLT will look very similar, this front end, but the AT4 has a different off-road lower bumper in the front with a big silver skid plate, which looks different, and the Denali has the exclusive front end, Denali grille, all that sort of stuff. So moving on around, just a nice sharp looking vehicle. Now, of course, all these engines are paired with a 10-speed automatic, which I didn't really get into, but there's a lot of new things to go through. So I got a lot to talk about. Maybe I should go to the back, and this is like one of the biggest or main things to talk about before the ground gets too wet. Let's get it under here. So if you look at the back rear suspension here now, take a look. There's no big, huge differential in the back. So what's all new about this is this new rear, fully independent, multi-link suspension with coil springs. And when you go up to the SLT like this one, it gets the premium smooth ride suspension. And then when you go to the AT4 or the Denali, you get magnetic ride control, which is the new 4th generation magnetic ride control. And on the AT4 and Denali, you can also get the optional first in class 4-corner suspension, so you can adjust the height up 2 inches or down 2 inches, and it'll automatically do that when you're on the highway for better fuel economy, or when you go into 4 low, it'll rise the suspension up to 2 inches, so you have more ground clearance for that off-roading that you may be doing. So pretty cool stuff. And you also have a new differential in this vehicle as well. So in the past, it was a G80 auto locking, like I said before, and now we have a new G86 electronic limited auto slipping differential, and we also have a mechanical one on the lower trim levels that's automatic as well. But because it's no longer a G80, because as you can see, there's no big rear diff anymore because of the suspension, which makes this vehicle more comfortable and quieter than it's ever been before. And also, as I stand up here, gives you more interior room and volume than ever before. So first off, let's go to the back here. So we got the hands-free liftgate. In the Yukon XL, you get 41.5 cubic feet of space behind the third row here. So this is what you wouldn't even get this much in, say, an Equinox, a Terrain, that sort of size of vehicle. And you've got this in this vehicle. So for hockey bags, you can fit two big hockey bags in here, or maybe even 3 if they're a youth. So lots of room. You can see we've got the 3 tether anchors here for child seat. You can pull up this. You see there's cubby holes for storage and whatnot. There's a full-size spare in under. You can see here, because this is an SLT, we have the power folding rear seats. So again, all we're going to do here on this one, let's say, hold that button, down goes the seat. Let's hold it again, up comes the seat. And you can imagine, like, if we fold down this one side here, and let's say we fold down this front one, oh, wrong button, right? You've got a lot of storage capabilities. So moving on over here, you can see, so even if you were to go and say pick up a little bit of lumber, you know, you've got long skis, that sort of stuff, you can still have 2 people sat back here, another person in the mid, and 2 people in the front. So lots of capabilities. And when you want to pull these seats up, what you're going to do is just catch hold to them anywhere and pull them up. You can see we've got the armrest here, and then we've got the handles here, ×2 that will flip and fold forward. And this is just to articulate it or slide it left and right. So just pull on that, slide her back. Now, you also have a button to close up the rear hatch here as well. And pretty straightforward, like I mentioned before. So here we go. Catch hold to the seat anywhere at all. Pull it up. And why don't we do something fun here? I'm going to adjust this seat perfectly comfortable for me. Now I'm 6 foot 260. So let's see. My feet go well up and under the seats. I've got piles of leg and knee room here. And there you go. Let's just go to the back. 3rd row. And you can see here, I've got about 6-7 fingers of knee room. Again, lots of room for my feet and under here as well. And so you've got 10.1 inches more knee room in the 3rd row than the old generation. If you notice, I've got a big console armrest here. You can see I got fast charging USB back here as well. Some cup holders. Now, I love this. So let's pretend you have the lower trim level, the SLE. On the SLE, you'll just get this little handle here. You pull on this once, seat goes down, and you pull on it a second time, and the seat flips up. And now you can see there is a pile of room for you to get out of this vehicle. No big wheel arch here in the way. You can see piles and piles of room to get in and out of the vehicle. Now, when you go to the SLT, AT4, or Denali trims, it gets even easier. You have a little tiny, focus baby, a little tiny button. So you push the button once, the seats fold down. You can see here, push it a second time, and the seat flips up. I might have some water on my camera from the snow outside, but here we go. And you can see how easy that is. And again, just from the outside, you're just going to reach in here, push the button once, the seat folds down, push the button a second time, and that seat flips upwards. So really, really awesome. Piles of room. And now, like, again, multiple adults in the back is no problem. You've got more second and third row legroom than any other vehicle in class, which is awesome. And let's just give you, you can see over here, we've got some more USB ports, power ports. You can see the heated, on the SLTs, AT4 and Denali's, you get the heated rear seats here. Okay, overview of inside. You can see here, so you got nice soft touch materials here. You've got this nice chrome with this nice faux wood. You can see the nice soft touch materials. Again, a different textured soft touch perforated leather here. I like how they now have these speakers that kind of are very much like the old Cadillac Escalades. I really like that as well. It's really nice. You can get the SLT, AT4, and Denali with 9 speaker Bose or 14 speaker Bose premium audio systems, which is just crazy. Okay. You can also see the door trim here, lots of chrome. When you go into the Denali, you get real wood, real metal, an exclusive Denali interior as well. So just take a look at the seats here, the double stitching. I love that piping on it as well. If this was an AT4 or Denali, it would have a AT4 or Denali stitched right into the headrest, and also the door sill here would have AT4 or Denali as well. I really like the new boards that they have built in as well. You can see you got that front splash guard, and you can see that board all the way along. Depending on your trim level, like I said, these are the 20 with the alloys, the 20-inch alloys, all-season tires. The AT4 has a 10-ply all-terrain tire on it, and the Denali will also have a similar tire to this, available in both a 20-inch exclusive Denali wheel or a 22-inch exclusive to Denali wheel. Okay. You have in the SLT, AT4, and Denali's, you also have your 10-way power drivers and passenger seats. So you can see right here. And those higher, and you can see that's the power memory. So you can adjust for your either settings for your power seats and stuff and mirrors. You can see inside. So we have your auto track 4-wheel drive. So again, you hit the auto button here and you're in auto 4x4, 2 high, 4 high, or 4 low. Now, just like our half tons, if you watched the previous video, you can get these in a single speed transfer case, and a single speed means there's no 4 low, but it has us as what's called a snow button down here, all terrain button. And that all terrain button does some really cool things that are actually better than 4 low. But if you have owned one of these vehicles before and you've used your 4 low many times, then obviously make sure you get a model that has the 2-speed transfer case instead of the single speed. Many of our half-ton customers never go into 4 low. So again, I don't think you need 4 low, but it's up to you and your conditions. Automatic headlights, trailer brake controller over here. We got our lane keep assist with lane departure warning, traction stability control, your front and rear park assist sensors, and you've also got our auto start stop. You can enable or disable that, and then also your power plug-in to enable or disable that. And of course, you've got your park brake here now as an electronic park brake. You can see here on the steering column as well, you've got your power. Again, SLT comes standard with your power adjustable steering column. So let's go inside. Whew, my hands are cold. So we're in Canada. Let's turn this on. We've got the heated steering wheel. We've got the forward collision alert. We've got pedestrian braking. We can set our gap or distance on this as well. Boy, the camera is not having a good day. So pretty straightforward. And like I mentioned before, you've got the auto 4x4. That's the auto start stop. And then if we push this button down here, you can see auto start stop is off. So if you're in a lot of traffic and you don't want that auto start stop kicking in, you can just disable it. And a lot of people love that. I have it on my Equinox, and I don't mind auto start stop at all. Okay. You can see you've got the new 10-speed precision shift shifter here. And again, when you're in drive, you can also push the low button and use plus minus and drive it like a manual transmission vehicle as well. Pretty straightforward. You're in drive. You can see the drive up there. You start moving ahead. If you were to open up your door to get out, the vehicle thinks, uh-oh, something's happening that shouldn't be happening because you're in drive, and it automatically puts you into park, and it engages your emergency brake over here. So a little bit of extra safety built in if you're not familiar with one of these transmissions, or shifters, I should say. And moving on into the interior fit and finish, again, you can see all these nice soft touch materials up here, the different perforated here as well with the stitching. Love the chrome X setting all the way across. Again, looks very sharp and upscale. And again, if this was a Denali, it would be decked out even more, okay? Moving on down here, you can see, again, SLT, AT4, and Denali have your heated and cooled leather seats. So again, you got 3 levels of heat, back and bum, or just your back. And then also you have your cooled seats as well. Again, you can see USB-C, fast charging, USB, and you've also got a power outlet port here as well. You've got your dual zone automatic climate control. I like that you've got this little strip of blue and red letting you know when you turn this dial what direction it's going for your temperature, which is nice. Just like the outgoing generation, you got the push button start as well. And why don't I pull out the new style key so we can take a look here now. So again, you've got lock on lock, double tap for remote start, double tap for the lift gate, double tap for just the glass, and then also your alarm. And you can see when I did that before, if a smart key is just in your pocket, you can just kick ahead and open that power lift gate hands-free. Okay. Also, you can see we've got the SLT and higher comes with the wireless charging. You see how big this is now. So multiple different sizes of phones and whatnot will all work on this now. Before, they used to have it here and you could only fit like an iPhone 8 or XR size, and that was all. So I like that they changed that. And again, moving into that same soft touch materials and stitching is really, really nice. And you can see you've got a massive center console in here with another couple more connectivity ports, SD cards for navigation or music and that sort of stuff. And moving up top, you've got the new massive 10-inch display, which I really like. And also, oops, I'm dipping down. So you've got your new split screen display, which I like. So you'll have your phones over here, you've got your music. You can see how easy this is to use. Your climate control is in here as well. And you've got a home button here, and you've got a home button down here. So you can use either to get back to this main screen. Now, one of the things that people absolutely loved about the outgoing GM vehicles was that they were all compatible with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. But the new Yukon and Yukon XL have wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. So you no longer need a cable to use Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and this whole screen becomes like your iPhone or your Android phone, and all your waypoints you have stored, your Waze maps, your Google waypoints, you've got audiobooks, all that sort of stuff will all be here, and it'll look and be familiar with like your iPhone or with like your Android phone, which a lot of people love, again, without being connected. Going into here as well, you've got the cameras. And check this out, you've got the full HD surround cameras. That's the front camera, that's the back camera, okay? This is your hitch view, right? Pretty neat stuff. And then you've got straight down the side so you can see on the ground. Watch here, I'll turn the steering wheel. So again, if you're trying to get into a really tight spot, underground parking, that sort of thing, really, really nice. And then if you have your hitch connected, it'll be out here just a couple inches, and then you could back up right to your trailer ball. Really, really straightforward. Really, really nice. And again, beautiful. You can see high definition display. And again, just hit your home button down here. You go back home. You can even be driving, guys, and you can touch this, and it'll show you your cameras, and you can click on which one you want to see. And it works for about 8 seconds, and then it flicks off again. So again, if you're towing a trailer, you want to see what's going on back there, kind of pretty nice. And also you got your trailer profiles and whatnot as well. Moving on up here, you can see We've got your HomeLink garage door openers, so multiple garage doors. You've got your sunshade here for your sunroof. You've got the seats. You can flip and fold the second row seats right here in the front of the vehicle. And you can see your sunroof open and the tilt of it as well. And you can also set the height of your liftgate to max or 3/4. So again, I've said this before, if you're in underground parking, that sort of thing, you don't want your liftgate to open up past the body like it normally does. You want it to be more level with the body. That way you don't maybe accidentally scratch it, the liftgate on a low parkade, something like that. Of course, we've got OnStar with 4G LTE Wi-Fi in the vehicle, which we've had since 2014. It's an awesome thing. And think about it today, in today's environment. OnStar is 3 different things, right? So OnStar is your 4G LTE Wi-Fi with Wi-Fi hotspot in the vehicle. OnStar is the ability to have your phone have your test your trailer brake lights, to have your phone lock your doors, unlock your doors, start your vehicle, send information to your phone, from your phone to your vehicle for map directions. You know, check your fuel level, your DEF fluid level, your tire pressures, all that sort of stuff is all you can control and see all those things from your smartphone. And then the third and final thing is the SOS function, which is when you push that button, you're on the phone with a trained EMT. So heaven forbid something's going on, they can help you suture a wound, deliver a baby, whatever. And also, if you're an active OnStar subscriber, with that SOS button as well, you get a couple other things, which is it's always monitoring your vehicle. So if it's stolen, it can slow it down and turn it off. Or again, heaven forbid you're in a collision and your airbags go off, OnStar will automatically call your vehicle. And if you don't respond, they call emergency services to your location and they GPS right to your vehicle. So again, heaven forbid something like that happen, OnStar's there to take care of you. And you can see we've got the new massive panoramic sunroof as well. But you've got a bigger, slicker, nicer vehicle than it's ever been before. And I liked the old generation. I like that they updated it, classed it up a bit, more chrome. Again, everything's LEDs in the front, LEDs in the back, LED daytime running lights, fog lights, everything like that. So of course you got all the latest technology. And I mean, even when you look at, say, the higher trim levels like the AT4 and Denali, you can get a massive 15-inch multicolored HUD in it as well. So you'll get this big heads-up display right up here that's going to be up to 15 inches and it's multicolored, so you can have all your traffic information there, phones, radio stations, even some of your navigation information. So there you go, folks. It's I think fast and furious. I didn't prepare a whole lot, but I think it went well, and despite the weather. So thank you so much for your time. Like, share, comment. It's another one-take shoot here from Brad LeDrew at Western GM in Drumheller, Alberta, Canada.